Adrian Tchaikovsky is one of today's most innovative and interesting fantasy and science fiction authors. His evolutionary science fiction book, Children of Time, won the 2016 Arthur C. Clarke Award, and he's published over 30 books. But while he's one of today's most successful speculative fiction authors, that wasn't always the case. On a recent episode of my Wizards, Warriors and Words podcast, Adrian talked about how long it took for his first book to be published.
I just kept writing books and submitting them, and then they would be rejected, and I'd already be writing the next book, and I'd submit that, and it would be rejected. And at the time, I felt that all of these books were very good, and since I'd gone back through the back catalogue, and very few of them were of salvageable quality. The lesson there is that certainly through, I'd say, at least 12 of the 15 years I was submitting stuff and not getting published, I was also not writing publishable quality stuff.
How did you stay persistent during those 15 years?
It sounds like a bit of a cliche, but it's literally, this was the thing, in all the things in my life that I've done, this was the thing I wanted to do. This was the thing I set out and chose. I wish to be a fantasy author. Also, despite getting literally nowhere for a very long time. I mean, the first time I got a request for a full manuscript was about sort of, say, 12 years into that 15-year period.
Wow.
Did you ever go through any dark nights of the soul when you wondered
We were just going to ask that.
if you could still keep going and still keep doing this? Because I imagine you were working a full-time job at that time too.
I was, and certainly towards the end of that period, I was getting to a point where I think, well, actually, this is basically going nowhere. And my 35th birthday was approaching, and I basically told myself, right, I can have one final go. I'll find something that is particularly dear to my heart. I will write that. And then if I've got nowhere by the time I hit 35, maybe I'll can it. And what happened was, the thing I decided on with The Shadows of the Apt, which because of the aforementioned role-playing connection, I knew the world I knew very well and was very comfortable with. I wrote what turned out to be the first 4 books in that series, sent them off, and I got an agent. And I basically got the contact from the agent saying, hey, let's come and talk about your books, about a week before my 35th birthday.
You can listen to our full interview with Adrian by subscribing to the Wizards, Warriors and Words podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever else you get your shows. The full episode is also available to watch on my YouTube channel. Adrian dropped some absolute gems in the 3 episodes we did with him. So to all you writers out there, I hope that you find this useful.